who is it other than, Taylor Swift and whatever famous YouTuber who's telling us, follow your hearts. That's what's going to give you meaning in life.
Yeah. I mean, it's, man, that's a tough question. It's so ubiquitous. The better question would be, who isn't telling us to follow our hearts? So there's a little Disney short called Small Potatoes. And Small Potatoes, it's these little animated potatoes dancing around, and they all got these adorable little British accents. And this was years ago. I was sort of listening with one ear while my then 2-year-old was propped up in front of the TV, and I was working on some article nobody read, and I hear the lyrics to this song called "We're All Potatoes at Heart." And it's sort of this potato song punk rock anthem to like spurn all authority, to jettison other people's expectations and just be your punk rock potato self. And it's a really catchy song. And I'm sort of thumping my thumb along to the beat. And at the end of every episode, the cutest potato of all addresses the audience point blank with the moral of the story. And so this one I hear.
Did it just copy the whole formula from VeggieTales?
Pretty much.
Outright? My goodness.
Yeah, let's strip VeggieTales of all things Christian and replace it with expressive individualism and self-worship. Seems like that was sort of their playbook. And so this is a direct quote. I looked up the script. There's no right or wrong way to do anything, children. Do what you want. And the credits roll. So the moral of the story was that there's no moral to any story. Do whatever you feel like. And so I hear this and I jump up from my seat and I do a dive roll. I grab the clicker, turn the TV off, and gave my then 3-year-old a 2-hour lecture on the Decalogue and the moral structure of reality. And she found that far more entertaining than dancing potatoes. But no, that's just one example, just to show that it is at virtually every level. It's what children's programming shifted from sort of the old school, morally structured universe in which a wooden boy, by listening to not his heart but conscience, right? This crooning green cricket pointing him towards a right and a wrong that transcend his impulses and emotions. So that when Pinocchio goes off to join Stromboli and pursue fame and fortune, he becomes less of a real boy. When he lies and breaks the moral structure of reality, he turns less into a real boy and more into a tree with a tree branch nose. When he shuns his family to go off to Pleasure Island to live in the chaos of pure sensation, he becomes even less of a real boy and makes a literal ass out of himself, right? Starts braying like a donkey and sprouts a tail. And then when he finally aligns with moral reality and exhibits courage and selflessness and love and altruism and bravery, fighting Monstro to save his father, he ends up dying in the process, gets smashed to bits by Monstro, and then, quote unquote, using the term loosely, resurrects as a real boy. So that shift from a morally structured universe of Pinocchio and Cinderella, where kindness triumphs over cruelty and kindness triumphs over vanity, all these great stories in the historic Disney corpus that sprouted from the soil of a rich Christian worldview have now been, the new script writers don't share that foundation, and so it's been replaced with the what I call the 10 commandments of self-worship in the book. Things like the answers are within, which 93% of Americans said that's where you find the meaning in life. 93% hashtag the answers are within. So yeah, that fundamental shift has happened. I'm zeroing in on entertainment, but we could go through education. We could go through media. We could go through fill in the blank. We can talk about the church world and the focus on self through the health and wealth gospel, the name it, claim it gospel. God is the means to the end of my fulfillment, my health, my wealth.